speakers from Europe representing different verticals. I'll be introducing them. Please pay attention to the fact that we don't only have here Irina and Francesco representing Sony's technology office in London, but also Mr. Philippe de Wost representing a major French investment bank that's engaged in the development of the digital economy concept. The role of this bank is about investing in new technologies, ideas, and companies that facilitate the development of the digital economy in Europe. And of course, he will tell us how it can be possible to interact at the intergovernmental level to introduce all such ideas. Our conference will comprise several sessions. Before the lunch break, we will hear presenters in two parallel sessions. The first one will be devoted to technologies, and the other one will be devoted to partnership, regional development strategies, technologies and services. After lunch, we will have two breakout sessions in which we will be discussing various interesting topics, share information on narrower professional topics. I'd like to make a brief introduction now. We always have plenty of ideas, but we're always short of time. So, dear speakers, please stick with your time frames, time slots. On an average, each presenter will be given 15 minutes, with 5 minutes left for questions and answers. We always welcome interactivity, so don't be just passive listeners. You in the audience, your questions and comments are more than welcome. It is your participation that makes our forum very interesting. And I'd like to pass it over to the first speaker, Dmitrий Bагдасарян, Director of Fixed Business and TV with MTS, one of the leaders of our mobile communication market. And Dmitry is one of the managers allowing MTS to be such a leader thanks to his managerial and professional capabilities. Dmitry, the floor is all yours. Thank you very much, Evgeny. Good morning, colleagues. Thank you, Dmitry, thank you, Evgeny, for this introduction. I'm honored to be opening this presentation, this forum today. However, yesterday evening, when preparing myself for this presentation, I deleted 13 slides from it, thinking that I wouldn't be able to act here as an analyst capable of giving you full information on market trends. Instead of that, I decided to engage in a discussion. Therefore, my formal presentation will be really brief, and then you will have time for your questions and comments. Of course, I will share our vision with you. We have some vision at MTS, formerly Comstar. We have been one of the first TV and digital TV operators in Moscow. So this market is native to ourselves. We live in this industry, and we understand that mobile communications is not everything for MFK Systema. We still see very big potential for the paid TV market. It is exactly the topic that I would like to discuss with you. The media communication industry has been established, comprising traditional media and new media. New platforms are being introduced. We work on both platforms and content. So today we're in a great position to discuss media communications as a single industry with lots of players. My presentation is devoted to challenges and opportunities. Speaking about the challenges, and we are in different positions on this market. Nevertheless, one of the challenges of this market is answering the question if we are in a position to reach terms among ourselves. We have been developing this business separately from each other. Some of us being more successful, others less successful. However, we have been doing it separately. The channels are interested in getting revenues, earning money on operators without always remembering the interests of viewers, while the operators have been pursuing their interests, imposing pressure upon channels in the form of content cost, failing to differentiate content, distinguishing niche content and thematic content. Our subscribers are getting used to paid TV. However, very often the need to pay is imposed to them. In many cases, it's not their free choice, which may be explained by the poor quality of on-air television. Sometimes family members make such decisions on their own without consulting to other family members. The legislator has been pursuing its own interest, needing to have access to the audience. So the situation is not as simple as that. And the channel choice is not always optimal and rational. Many things are also influenced upon by advertisers. Well, this is the first challenge that I would like to pinpoint. And it's extremely important that all the four players start to interact. We see a lot of fore in this industry, hear many discussions. As you may know, as you may have read, we decided to initiate the creation of a new professional association because we think that the number of venues for all the players to communicate is not sufficient. And we believe that this new venue will yield us great opportunity to reach terms among ourselves, which is extremely important in the long run. I apologize for showing you this chart again. You may have seen it in the past many times. Nevertheless, I would like to remind you of something. It explains what happens to the subscriber. We shouldn't forget about what we make money on. It explains what happens in the brain of our subscriber. We see here drastic changes. We're also subscribers, so these changes apply to ourselves as well. We see three very important things there. Our life conditions change very rapidly. The volume of information we have to deal with are very numerous, and we need to be able to digest this information. If you look at the number of websites, internet portals, their number has been growing drastically. Information exists in the form of an avalanche, and it is ourselves who stand between this avalanche and the subscriber, and it is upon ourselves that depends what's going to happen to our subscribers in the future. We want to make sure that the information that we deliver is instrumental, helpful to subscribers, helping them to be more creative, better educated, and so forth. Another very important trend, which is both a challenge and an opportunity. On the left-hand side, you can see the correlation between the revenues on subscription and those on advertisement in Russia.